first thing that you're going to want to do is open iMovie. Find it on your dock and click on it to open. Once you have iMovie open, the first thing that you're probably going to want to do is import any movie clips that you plan to use in your movie. In this instance, I'm going to import all of the clips for my podcast tutorial. I'm going to go up to File, choose Import, Movies, look for Desktop, and all these Snap Pros are my movie clips. So I'm going to highlight by shifting and clicking on the last one so that I can import all of these. And I want to create a new event so it's easy just to look at my own things. And name it podcast tutorial and then click import. This should take several minutes. Once you've imported all the clips that you need, your next step is to create a new project. To do this, you go up to File and click on New Project. Here you need to decide what your project's title will be and what theme you would like to have for your project. For this project, I am going to call it Podcast Tutorial. And I'm going to pick no theme and just create it as I see fit. Once you're ready, click on Create. And now you have your new project layout. So you can begin designing your project. Now that you have given the project a title and chosen the theme, you can begin to put the movie or digital story together. First, let's add a title screen. Click on the T, and it will give you a variety of different types of title pages that you can use. Select the one that you're most interested in, like Sideways Drift, click on it, and drag it up to the project area. From here, decide on what you want your title screen background to look like. I'm going to choose Industrial, and then come over to this side, double click on the wording, and add your own title. From here, if you click on Show Fonts, you can change the font to any of these that you would be interested in. I'm going to choose Covetia. And you can change the color and the size of your title. When you've decided on what your title should look like, click Done. And now you're ready to add some of your movie pieces. Adding pieces of movie clips is a fairly easy process. However, you may not want all of the clips to be added. To adjust or choose a section of a clip that you want to drag into your movie, click on the clip and then adjust the size of the clip by dragging the edge of the yellow frame in, like so. Now that you've selected the area that you want to add, click and drag it up to your project area. You are going to do this for each piece of the movie that you want to add to your project. Now that all of your movie clips have been added, your next decision is whether or not to add transitions. Transitions help to smooth the flow from one segment to another. Click on the hourglass-shaped icon to view the transition options. I am going to select Cross Dissolve. This is a basic transition that adds nicely to the flow of the movie. Once again, you just need to click on the transition that you want and drag it up into your project and add it where you need to have a transition to occur. You're going to do this for every place that you want a transition at. You can also add audio directly into the movie. I would like to add some audio for this podcast tutorial to my title slide. First though, I'm going to adjust the clip. And I'm going to make it longer because I don't think 3.5 seconds is going to be long enough, but I don't know exactly how long I'm going to need, so I'm going to overestimate and add 10 seconds, and then I can go back and adjust it after I've done my recording. Now, go to the microphone, click on it, and you're going to go before the area that you want to add the audio to, and that's where you're going to click to start the recording. State your information, and then click the spacebar to stop the recording, and then we'll close out the thing when we're done with the microphone. This tutorial will demonstrate how to create a podcast using GarageBand. Now, as you can see, it only took about 5 seconds to add this voice over into it. So I'm going to go back up and adjust the clip again and take it down to 6 seconds so it can fade out nicely into the next slide. And click at the beginning and you can test out your project. This tutorial will demonstrate how to create a podcast using GarageBand. Now there are a couple other things that you could add in if you wanted to. One would be music. And again, always be careful with adding music. You don't want to use things that are copyrighted. Try to use music that you've created yourself. That's the best bet and safest way to keep from copyright infringement. In this particular project, I'm not really going to use any music. It's not important to what I'm doing. Another thing you could use, which you could click on, is still photos. Depending on the type of project that you're making, still photos could be quite useful in the project. Once again, that's not useful for what I'm doing. I'm creating a tutorial. It's pretty much done. So the last thing that we need to do is go back to the titles and choose a credits page. So I'm going to go down and choose the scrolling credits, and again, you're just going to click on it and drag it up into your project. And I'm going to make an industrial so it matches my title page. Make sure you click on this blue strip up here so that you can then go in and add your information. And I'm going to go back and use Covidia and the red, and 8 is too big. Let's go with 6. Click done, and then you should be able to click in and add your information. So I'm going to put everything in here about how I produced this tutorial. So I'm going to type in produced by Mira Durant. All movie clips were produced by Mira Durant using her Snaps Pro X screen capture program. All audio was recorded by Mira Durant and developed in her garage band program. That way I make sure that I've covered my bases and I'm not stealing any information from people. Once your project's complete, you can preview it by clicking on either of these two buttons here. The first one will give you a full screen view, and the second one will just play it in your little screen to the right, for example. This tutorial will demonstrate how to create a podcast using GarageBand. First, we want to open GarageBand. Once you are satisfied with the way your project looks, now it's time to share. Go up to the Share menu, click on it, and then you're going to choose how you want to share it. For my purposes, I just need to share it with my iTunes program. So that's where I'm going to send it to. But you may be wanting to publish it on YouTube, which is another option. Or just send it to your desktop or wherever you'd like. As I said, I'm going to send mine to iTunes. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to choose my size. Medium is perfect for what I want to use it for. So then I'm going to click publish, and then it's going to take several minutes to send to iTunes. Once it's in iTunes, you can use it for any purpose that you wish. And that's basically how to create a movie or digital story using iMovie.